I'm Navy Alarcon. In this time, it's my first time, I would say, to have an interview in English. I hope you understand me, and I hope you can enjoy this interview like I expect to enjoy this interview. In this video, this podcast, I go to talk with Wendy. Wendy is like a supervisor, like in the post office. And I want to say something before to start. Wendy, welcome. But it's important to say that the more women need to take important space, you know, in the jobs. Yes. And to take decisions, you know, and now you are doing it. You are there, and please talk me about you. Tell me about who's Wendy.
So Wendy is a little girl, older girl. I was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska. I grew up in Bellevue. I ran into a couple of bumps and bruises growing up. I had my first child at 15.
Okay.
But I beat the odds. By 19, I was working a full-time job, taking care of my son. I left here it'll be 25 years. I left here. I decided to show my children, because I was with child at the time when I left in 2001, that there's more out there to explore. Yes. So I had my daughter in the state of Ohio.
How many kids do you have?
Two children.
2 children.
And I had to drop out of high school.
Wow.
But it was a blessing, because by the age of 24, I got my GED. Wow. I wanted to show my kids that it's never too late.
Right.
Fast forward to, my children, they will be 30 and 25.
They are not babies anymore.
Now I'm a grandma. I beat a lot of odds. I wasn't that statistic. I did do some college. I am an aviation inspector and welder by trade. But I do work at the post office. I am in management. My daughter went to Texas A&M for physics and astrophysics. My son lives in Dallas. So both my kids still live in Texas.
Good.
But it was good to be back to Nebraska just for a little bit.
A little bit. You say something so important, because let me tell you something, share with you. I was a mom. I was a young mom too. I had my first son when I was 19. Okay. And I can feel you when you say it was hard in the beginning, because you are young, you have babies. And now you have to double work all the time. And now because you are like a manager in the post office, will say, oh wow, I interview with this woman, because I think so it's hard for being a woman and to take these spaces, decisions spaces, and now for a woman to come to working double all the time, means you have to be proud for yourself. Yes. But tell me about how was Wendy when he was a child, when you was a child. How was in your family with your mom, your family?
So I primarily grew up in South Omaha. But I come from a multicultural family. So there's my dad's side, which is black and white and Hispanic, and then my mom's side, which is black and Hispanic. So with that, I got to experience a lot of different culture. I have one brother and one sister. Both of them, family history-wise, my mother she had what was called polycystic kidney disease. And in the black community, a lot of illnesses go by the wayside, because a lot of black communities, they feel like, oh, we're going to self-medicate, or I don't want to know. So this disease, we fast forward, let's say 50 years later, my brother is the first diagnosed male to have that same disease, because all these years, the men didn't get tested for it. So my sister had it. She's a transplant recipient. My mother had it. Her mother had it. and my brother's the first diagnosed, so he is on the transplant list
Wow.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just a carrier. I don't have it. So
Wow. Mm-hmm.
it skips generations, so you have to keep in mind, like for me, I'm all about learning my history as far as my health, my ethnic background, all that. So growing up in the South, in South O, not only biologically, I had, my Latina family, I had
Yes.
my black families, I had my white family. So
and how you feel? I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you are Latina, you are
Right.
you are a black woman and white too.
So I'm a part of.
You're a perfect mix. But
Yes.
how you feel? How your mom or the women for your family? What they teach you to be? How to be what? Love.
Like to always pour in affirmations to myself. So when I got a little older, I had this thing with the curly hair because I grew up in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
And in the United States in the 80s, they had this thing called a jerry curl. So I never wanted to wear my hair like this.
Oh.
And so I would ask my mom to straighten my hair by any
Really?
means. Yes, I begged her. And I had this sandy brown hair.
I'm sorry. Do you ask her for make your straight your hair straight because you want it?
Kids thought that this was that little trend of a jerry curl, so they would make fun of me, and I'm like, my mom used to say, when you get older, you're gonna be happy. This girl, So she kind of prepared me for embracing things.
What they told you about these things if somebody tell you about something about your hair, about your skin, did she teach you something about
Yes.
what you have to say?
Yes.
About how you feel. You say I'm more Latina. I'm more a black woman. How do you feel?
So it was hard trying to explain and believe it or not, it was hard to try to explain in the black community because there are some blacks that, regardless of if you're mixed with white, Latina, Asian, you're black to them. You're nothing else. Like, that's your primary color, that's all that matters. So
Right.
the only receptive growing up was my Latinas and my white side. It wasn't anything against, my black culture because it's in my family, right? So when you're mixed race, sometimes you kind of navigate or cling to the different parts of your culture, but I do have positive black women in my family, that taught me etiquette and how to self-groom, how to appreciate things, how to make sure that the confidence, if there's any flaws, embrace them and change them, so flaws are not always a bad thing.
Okay, got it. I mean, let me ask you something. Your mom is a black woman? And then she teach you to be a black girl.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and to embrace the sandy brown hair. Kids would say, "Oh, you got dirt in your hair," and she's like, she would tell me things to uplift me. So she would say, that color of your hair, people would die for it. They would love to have that color. And lo and behold, when I would go to a salon just to get my hair washed, it'd be older women like, what color is her hair? I want my color like that. And as a kid, I used to think, oh my gosh, this older lady likes it. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it was kind of one of those situations where it's always not a bad thing.
Something is nice. I can see it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
And what do you think was your hardest challenge when you was a child, like a black child?
There was small areas of racism.
Yes.
Growing up in a predominantly white neighborhood community, there was sometimes, you can't come over to my house because my dad's best friend used to be black, and it's not you, it's just he doesn't really trust black people, and I didn't understand that. And I'd go, okay, we're still friends, not realizing that it was something that was being kind of slowly bleeding onto the kids that I grew up with. They were innocent, but their families would say it in a nice way, like, we're racist, but
yes.
we don't want you to think that yet. We want you
they
to...
don't pronounce the word, but their actions, you know, how they work with the community, with black people communities, is how you know, like, it's something. Now you notice that how it is, but when you was a child, you didn't know.
It was just like, okay, that's fine. I'll see you outside, you know. And then I get older, and I'm like, what does that mean? Like, you know, it was almost like a script that the kids I grew up with were told to kind of justify, like, we don't want this person in the house. But I didn't take it like that. I just like, oh, that's fine. You know, until I started getting older and asking questions.
What kind of questions do you make?
You know, what does your dad's old best friend have to do with us hanging out, or me coming over and hanging out at your house? Because they'll be like, you know, a lot of friends would say, oh my God, your mom's so cool. She'd let us come in and cool off.
But you don't let me get it.
Yeah. So they started questioning it too. Like, why is her mom, who is brown, who is black, why is she so accepting of us coming over and maybe cooling off or getting popsicles or something? But my mom and dad won't let her in the house.
Oh, okay.
And so it, you know, you get older and then you just kind of, I don't know. And then my Latino, Hispanic families, I was always welcomed over. it was vice versa, you know. So my grandmother, my mother's mother, was an interpreter.
Oh, really?
Yes, for the South Omaha community. So there was a restaurant that was near the zoo. It was called Howard's. Well, my grandmother and my grandfather, my mom's mom and dad, they actually went to school with him. And he opened a restaurant. My mom, her name was Debbie. His daughter's name was Debbie. So they grew up together like best friends. Okay. So we didn't know anything. And then like traditional Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, we got tamales, you know, beef, chicken, pork, you know. That was something that they always gifted my grandfather with. So, you know, as far as like the different foods and the different cultures, I'm like, I know it, you know?
Yes.
So I never had that instilled in me, like, don't like this culture, don't like this, you know, type of culture, because it was so much in my bloodline that they wanted us to embrace it all.
Means you have to learn to hook all the cultures and know in your life. Yeah. And realize that you are a black woman, but Latina too.
The golden one.
No,
I think that the mixed, you know, we're all some way, shape, or form mixed with something, right? Yes. From what they say. But I think that I think I was told in a certain way that I was like not a more gifted, but I was like a gift. It's just you know, to see different cultures get together and actually make another human being. It's like, you see how that God's not in the hate.
Yes.
God has nothing to do with the hatred towards different cultures, because I'm a living proof that my grandfather was white, my grandma was black. It's not like the traditional, how they say, the Caucasian woman and the black man. No, my grandfather was white. So it's totally different.
Yes. And tell me something, when you get older, you know, when you're an adult woman, a black woman, I mean, do you remember something like a challenge, a hard, something about that the system, you know, especially the system, how it works, that don't let you grow, for be woman and a black woman too. Yes. Do you think, I mean, do you remember, or do you want to share something special in specific that you remember that is in your mind, like it's only not for be a woman, it's to be a black woman, that means make it harder than have to be, and that can you share with me?
Yes, ma'am. So like I said, I was by trade, I'm an aviation inspector and welder.
Oh,
Well, so the department I worked in, I was the only woman, and I was the only black woman.
Wow.
And so the department next to me, it's crazy because
you got it.
Yeah. So my maternal grandfather, he instilled in us like if there's certain things that if a man can do, a woman can do too.
Yes, yeah.
Other things by nature we can't, right?
Means, but in your family or families, is how it works. But outside is different, right?
Yes. So that company that I started at, and I was young, so
what age?
So I started there. Was I like 28? I think it was about 28-ish. And with that, I was told that, the only reason why you got this job is because of affirmative action. Because they had to meet the quota of blacks and women. And I was the only one in that department that can do airflow tests, etching, welding, all that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm at this major company.
I'm ready. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. It made me push even harder. I went stronger. I got in the welding community they have a CWI, which is a certified welding inspector. I got certified for that. I'm like, I'm getting as many stamps, so I have like this loop of different stamps.
Wow.
Like my stamp, my inspection number is on planes that are flying in the air as we speak, and so it's liberating, especially coming from 15-year-old dropped out of high school. Left Nebraska, 20 years old, with another baby on the way. What am I going to do?
Wow.
In a long-term relationship where it's like, okay, so it just started elevating. So it's kind of a blessing to have the women that I do have in my life and did have in my life, because they weren't quitters. Like, they didn't give up. They weren't ones that they accepted a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool.
Wow. Yes. Sometimes it's hard, to be there and, to not show the people, show yourself, like, oh my gosh, I'm strong. It means I can do whatever. And sometimes the women, I think so, particularly all the women, we have this problem, like, we feel that sometimes we are not ready to do some jobs, some activities, and we prepare, we study, we do our best, And sometimes like, oh my gosh, I'm the best here. And why I'm not in the right place?
Right.
No, why they don't choose me? Why I'm not? Right. Why don't let me be there if I'm ready? I don't know if you feel that.
Oh, yes.
Many times in your life, and I can be better than,
Yes.
It's not about only gender,
Right, it's about the qualifications.
Right.
The hard work that's put in, the skill, the knowledge. The knowledge, basically. Yes. So, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, you say you have a girl and a boy.
Yes.
Was hard to be a mom in the beginning. How was for you? Do you was a single mom, or you was with your couple? Do you marry with him?
Well, my daughter is by my ex-husband. So I was with him. He helped me raise my son.
Okay.
Me and my son's father, we were so young and dumb.
Yes.
Still in school, so things didn't transpire like. In your young mind,
you were young. I'm the same.
We're gonna be together forever.
Yes.
So, I did have a village. I'm not gonna lie, that really helped me. And then there was the ones that, I'm not gonna lie, that wanted to see me fail so much that it made me push harder. And I was proving to myself and my son at the time, when it was just him, because they're 5 years apart, that mommy's gonna make it, and mommy's gonna show you how to be great. So it's like 30 years later, oh my God, I made it. I can't believe it. It's shocking sometimes, because it's like, oh my gosh, I can't say I'm 34 again, because they say, they have this saying, the saying that brown and black don't crack. So, I'm gonna start cracking a little bit, I don't know. But yes, beating those obstacles, and then seeing my daughter start off in school, and she goes to gifted and talented and AP classes, and then she could have graduated from high school like 2 years before she graduated. She's going to Texas A&M and seeing her, striving to be a physicist, and then like, oh my gosh, I can't even really say that. I don't even know how to spell it,
Yeah.
But it's like, praise God, because I was not that single stereotypical black mother that, and there are strong, and I will say this, I know some strong single black mothers. My ex-husband's mother, she raised 5 children on her own, went to college, got her master's, built her first house, and she always used to say it's never too late.
Never. Yes, you're right. Because sometimes for the age, nobody wants to continue, be better. And
you just give up.
Say, no, I'm old.
Yeah, it's too late now.
It's too late.
She was 60 when she got her first tattoo.
Wow.
Bought her first.
Really?
Built her first. She's like, yeah, I got a tattoo. I'm like, what? But it was just like she thought in her mind like it's never too late, and that was something that stuck in my mind. And being at home mom, and my ex-husband, he was the breadwinner, and I had those sketchy other strong black women that weren't so strong because they had something that was helping them as well feel like, oh, you shouldn't stay at home, you shouldn't let him work and make all the money, he's gonna control you. And it's like, but I'm here for my kids. My kids are getting that one-on-one. They're getting that time with me. And it paid off. Yes. And then I see the ones that said all that negative because they were just so independent,
Yes.
Kids are just not on the same playing field as my kids.
I have a question. You said you have your daughter. Do you teach them like or something specific, like how to be a black girl?
Yes.
Because it's different, I don't know if your daughter have like a brown skin, black skin, or curly hair.
No joke. I'm gonna have to show you a picture after our interview.
Okay.
You and my daughter are about the same complexion.
Really? Okay.
I have a little more coloring to my I'm a little red.
It's like my daughter because
yes.
Like me.
So you're like opposite. So like I'm your daughter's complexion, and you're my daughter's complexion.
Yes.
And for her, she what I had to teach her. Okay, probably I would say middle school. Mm-hmm. So you see, I'm sorry. You see how my hair shrinks, right?
Yes.
It's curly, but my hair is not short. And so when I would blow her hair out, it would go from like that to,
Her hair is curly or is...
Yes, it was curly. Her hair is curly too. Well, she's cut it. I don't know. She's got like this crazy hair now.
She's all there.
Yeah. So, but I would blow it out, and she came home one time and she begged me not to do that. And it was the African American girls, our own, culture, would pull her hair because they thought that she had what they say a weave. So she'd say, "Mom, I just don't
like a weave." I'm sorry,
like a wig type of thing on her head, because they couldn't understand how it would go from curly to so straight.
Okay.
And so with that,
I mean, her hair is curly. I mean, they don't understand why her hair is not really afro.
Kinky, yeah.
Oh my God, it's hard because she's in the middle.
Yeah.
And now, okay.
And then if I blew it out and straightened it, then they would start pulling at it like they thought that she had fake hair.
A fake hair.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it's real.
So it kind of bothered me because my daughter didn't want her hair straightened anymore. And it was just, blow out, and I would just flat iron.
Opposite like you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to stretch?
Exactly.
And like she
Yes, it's totally opposite.
You will see the benefits to have a stress girl.
Yes, total opposite.
Okay, got it. I got it.
Yes.
and she, Mom, I want to be looks like a black girl because they think like I is fake. Okay, got it.
Yes, yes.
Why you told her?
So I told her I wanted her to embrace her. I said, hair has no value. In terms of, I could shave all this off tomorrow and it'll grow back. Or I can dye it purple if I want to. I probably never would. I'm too old for that. But you can change it. So she took it upon herself. She had a discussion with her dad. And I cried. I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
My daughter's hair went from here to... Her dad took her to the barbershop and let her cut all of her hair off. I cried.
Oh. Why he did that?
Because she wanted to cut her hair. She just wanted something different. And she took the words right back at me and said, Mom, hair has no value. It doesn't matter to me if it's short or if it's long. I said, you're right. Oh gosh. And I had to think I have to, it kind of makes you be mindful of the words or the things you pour into your children. Because if it comes back and you're kind of so I had to stop she's right. Doesn't have any value in terms of that does not identify you. Your hair does not define who you are. So even though she came and it was all gone, I was like, did you at least keep some of it? Can I put it in a bag? It was just, so I was like,
now it's in the trash.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't want it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But now, how she identify like a black girl, black woman, Latina, how she feel?
So she doesn't want to be identified as anything but just her name.
Got it.
And she's, a woman. She doesn't want, because she said, Mom, I don't want to try to explain stuff to people because it's upsetting to hear people say, oh, well, everybody's mixed. Or, oh, well, how are you mixed with that? Or, oh, what part of your family? So she said she got tired of trying to break it down. And she just says, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. That's it. Yeah. I'm human. Right? That's it. What more do you need to know?
Yes. Yes. What do you, for ending this conversation, Wendy, what do you want for the next generation for black girls? What legacy do you think that the black girls deserve?
Don't fall for the social media hype. Don't let the facades of the makeup and the eyelashes and the wanting to get bigger bottoms and don't let that define you. I sometimes I wish that we can go back to, we didn't have cell phones and we had to play outside and we had to learn our own selves. We can go outside and get all raggedy, come back in the house and we're like, okay, you got girls now that they don't even want to get, I don't want to go outside. I don't want my hair to mess up. I want you to know that it doesn't define you. I want them to embrace their powers in terms of, what's your talent. I always tell little girls, and especially the ones I'm a mother of many. That's what they call me. And in terms of, as far as, I tell them the ones that are in school, I want you to strive to sit in the front of your class, and I want you to tell yourself every single day, I am the smartest kid in this class. I want you to, even if it's a wrong answer, no answer is a dumb answer. So I've had, my ex had 3 daughters, which would be, oh gosh, they'll be 19, 18, and 17 this year.
You're young.
But they were 8, 9, and I think 9, 8, and 7 when I met them. So to see them now grow up, and I kind of try to instill in them, let's go to the gym. Let's I don't want to mess with my hair. Okay, we'll mess it up together, So they kind of listen now. Now that they're older, they'll call me and be like, you're right. So I'm glad it paid off.
Yes. Thank you, Wendy. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing your history. Share with me and with everybody can see us in and thank you because you have, and all the women and black women have to be, all the women, we have to be brave all days when we awake and all the mornings, and we say we have to be strong, and you are one of these women to have to be strong, you know, and show everybody and show yourself that everything is possible, and no matter what is, how is your hair, how long is your hair, because let me tell you, I have problems with my hair. Never, you know. When I try to make something, it's nothing. Like nothing works. It's not like oh my gosh, you know. And I think so. This problem, like physical, you know, or hair or skin is something that you know, it's external, it's physical, you know.
Right.
And how it's important, like you say, like hey, no matter the time is. You know, never is late to start something, to do it. I want to take this for you with this conversation.
Yes.
And thank you, Wendy, for sharing with me, with all my classmates, and with the people to follow me on YouTube too. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Bye.